to mountain bike. But my dog couldn't keep up with me, and she really likes a lot of exercise. And so I started hiking a whole lot and bicycling almost none.
So you bought your dog a bicycle. Is that what I heard?
Well, I cannot teach my dog to bicycle. I just, it's just not fun to bicycle slow. And
Yeah,
if you go fast, it wears the dog out.
yeah.
Well, you can do what I did. I got a
What you
trailer, put the dog in the trailer. The dog
Yeah.
loved it.
I say that my dog's a service dog, and by that I mean she likes good service.
Exactly.
And she's a cross between a border collie and golden retriever, and she really does like her exercise.
Yeah, I'm my cats. My cats own the house. I just lived here,
Yeah, cats can be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Marty. You look like you're somewhere else today.
Well, I'm in my office/junk room instead of the living room.
I can tell you're closer to your microphone than normal.
Is it louder?
No, it's just less room echo. It's just your voice. It's almost like you're in a muted room.
Well, with all the junk around me, it's kind of anechoic.
That's the word I was looking for, anechoic.
So we got blackballed by YouTube last week, huh? Because of
Yeah, well, were you here when she was playing, Bonnie was playing that video for us?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a copyright infraction, something. And anyway, they wouldn't post it until I removed that segment of the video. They have a button. All you have to do is click the button and say, okay, trim that out. Whatever you want to trim, you can trim. It just took them hours to do it. And I didn't, I don't think I knew about the problem until the next morning. So
Yeah.
it didn't post as early as normal.
Could you have trimmed it ahead of time before submitting it?
I could have, but I knew that was a risk. I figured I didn't know that was going to happen, but I thought, well, it might happen. But I was lazy. I don't have great software for editing a video, so I just posted what I had, and it worked out fine, I guess. I don't think it was a big deal that it was a day late.
Certainly not.
I have to tell you, I was real surprised at how poorly. That was the worst I ever played that song. It was painful listening to it. I just get, it's weird. I get stage fright.
I think the internet was messing with us. I didn't like mine either, Fred.
All right. Okay, Marty.
What happened? What did I miss?
Oh,
Fred was just remarking about how he was not satisfied with his performance from last week, and I said, it's the internet. It was messing with us.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's always the way.
obviously. Yep.
Yeah, I think we generally have pretty good recordings. I haven't listened to what I did last time or what anybody else did, but compared to the other groups I'm in, I think I sound better with us than I do with them.
well, that's interesting. I wonder why that is.
I don't know. Something about the way they record.
Huh. Is it also a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, it's a Zoom meeting, and I turn on original sound, and or at least I try to remember to.
Right.
That can always be a problem, but sometimes, even though it was on, sometimes it just doesn't sound very good. And then I can hear the same song that we recorded, and it sounds better. So maybe I just played it better because it was the second time. That's always a possibility.
Well, maybe you're just more relaxed because, yay, we're all friends here. So,
Yeah, there could be an element of that nature.
I'm thinking we might have a small meeting tonight because Bonnie's not going to be here and Dina's not going to be here. Mimi's had conflicts or too many other demands on her time for a while, so she won't be here. So, who else? Oral's not going to be here.
Can I ask a technical question?
Sure. Do you expect an answer?
Yeah, I restrung my tenor guitar. My low G string is plastic or whatever you call it. The ones I've had previously were metal. And I'm not sure I like the way it sounds. So with y'all's low Gs, are they metal or are they synthetic?
Well, mine looks metal, but on the inside it's plastic. It's a plastic core wrapped with a wire of metal. And I think all the ones
the
I've
way
ever
mine is
used
too.
have been that way.
Mine is, what do they call that? Poly something? Polycarbonate? I'm not sure. But it's plastic material.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the same material as the other strings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little thicker.
You can order a plastic low G. I did order one because the first one that came on my tenor, it was a wound string and it looked metal, and one day it just popped, and it was wearing on the fret when I pressed down. The fret was wearing it away, and this kala, this baritone, the same thing appears to be happening on it, and they're both kalas. So whatever they put on, they're consistently putting some inferior string on the ukuleles, but this one hasn't popped yet, and so I just thought I'm going to start, ordering gut strings or the not wound, because I think they're sturdier.
Well, that was the same experience I had when I first went to low G. I got one of those Aqualas, however you pronounce it, wound string, and it didn't take any time. I mean, it was very quick.
Yeah.
For it to wear out at the frets, and they even say so on their website. These are, they talk about it how they're made for the sound, but they do wear quickly, and so just plan on it.
The one I'm using, and the one that my favorite one as of now is a flat wound string that can't remember who makes it, but it just lasts and lasts. I had worn through the winding on the Aquila strings a few times, and this one I've never worn through one yet. This
Well,
one
Paul,
is,
if you remember the brand name later on, let me know, would you?
yeah, see if I have a.
I might be
A
writing
Fremont.
it.
It's a Fremont Soloist flat wound low G. I don't think they sell it, as far as I know, they don't sell it as part of a kit. It's just a one string thing.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can find one real quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like this sound. But I can't hear anyway.
All right, I'll add this link to the chat to, I think it was a Strings by Mail I just found, which is the way I bought mine. That's the way I've been ordering is Strings by Mail. I like them well enough.
Me too.
All right, so Walter's got to go pick up his wife at 8, and he's got 2 songs.
No.
What?
You remember what I sent you? I said I don't have to pick her up.
Oh, you don't. I'm sorry. I didn't read it carefully.
Yeah.
I thought you
It's
said
already
you did.
here.
All right.
You can stay all night.
Well,
That's
So this is the one time I don't have to go and pick her up.
okay. Well, I suggest you kick us off anyway. What would you like to sing?
Well, do you have the That's not mine.
That's not it.
No, you're gonna have to tell me. Can't remember. That's not it. That's your optional
Let's
one,
see.
right?
I have.
Oh, here we go.
If I didn't care, yeah. If I didn't care.
Hold on a second. All right, everybody, self-mute yourselves.
Okay, this is a favorite song of mine. If you ever get a chance, go on YouTube to see the Ink Spots doing this song. It looks like they're in some kind of like a magazine stand or something, but they're singing this. So, if I didn't care more than words can say, if I didn't care, would I feel this way? If this isn't love, then why do I thrill? And what makes my head go round and round while my heart stands still? If I didn't care, would it be the same? Would my every prayer begin and end with just your name? And would I be sure that this is love beyond compare? Would all this be true, but I didn't care for you? If I didn't care, would it be the same? Would my every prayer begin and end with just your name? And would I be sure that this is love beyond compare? Would all this be true if I didn't care for you?
Real nice.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Well delivered.
I have to tell you, I like your scatting better than the spoken verse that the Ink Spots did in the recording I heard.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Thank you
I
for
thought you were going
that.
to say you like his scatting better than his singing.
No.
Or better than his kazooing.
Well, I hope my kazooing is at least as good as the scat
Your kazooing is your scatting is highly reminiscent of your kazooing, actually.
Yeah,
Which
same stuff.
Gary, you want to go?
Yeah. Oh, okay. You do have it up. All right. Marimba rhythm start to play. Dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more. Like the flower bending in the breeze. Bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Oh, only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. The end.
Real good. Hey, I apologize. I don't know if I messed him up, but I didn't mute myself till about halfway through. I realized I was not on mute.
Well, I usually try to figure out who is the person who forgot to mute and mute them for them, but in this case, I couldn't figure it out, so I just let it go.
Well, does he need to do it again?
I thought it sounded good. I heard some conflict in the beginning, but it seemed like it cleared up, so I guess you muted yourself.
Yeah, about halfway through.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fred. Or Gary.
That's all right. Probably helped added to it.
That's a great song. I don't know why I haven't heard that one before in this group. That's a good song to
I
play.
didn't remember if anybody had played it before.
Well, I didn't
We
know
actually
it. but-
tried doing this with the Austin Ukulele Society group. The only problem was that it just didn't work. And Bob finally said,
Give up.
let's throw this song out.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
only
I
got a
could
minute.
play it even though I didn't know it. That's what I thought was so
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
What kind of trouble did you have? Was it just getting the singing together somehow, or was it the?
It was partly the singing, partly the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think we'd be able to hold down a decent Latin rhythm, but we had some problems.
Easier said than done, I guess. Marty, you got a song?
Well, I was invited as a guest last night with the Austin Ukulele Society Ensemble Group.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture. I saw a picture on Facebook with you and Gary. I mean, you and Walter and Bob and Krasner. What's her name?
Arlene.
Arlene. Thank
The
you.
reason I was invited was because Arlene was there, and I'd seen her through the video work, so I came to visit with her. So anyway, they played a song last night that I'm going to attempt
Cool.
here, and it's multi-pages, and I'm going to have to stop and move them each
All right.
time. So what can I say?
Well, I'm going to play along with you, okay?
It's
Do you want to share
Yeah.
your screen?
I'm not sure if I can here.
I can. Well, I can give
Figure
you
out how I
permission.
can do it. Let me-
I'm really curious as to which song it is.
Oh, it Runaway.
Oh,
I like that song real well, but I probably won't anymore. Okay.
it's very hard for me to listen to that song and not want to play the kazoo. So I'll just have to keep my mouth shut.
Or mute.
Okay. Can you guys see this?
Yes,
Okay. I've got two screens. I'm not sure which one was projecting.
I see
So.
page 1 of the Runaway.
Okay. So let me see if I can move it over just a tad. My camera's in the way of it.
Do you have Adobe installed? It has a side-by-side mode. You could do 2 pages at once.
Adobe what? Oh,
The Acrobat Reader.
no,
Okay.
I don't. So, okay, well, we'll just have to do it this way. So, y'all can see it, right?
Yes.
As I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love, a love that was My little runaway, run, 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 run away. I'm walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel pain, wishing you were here by me. You're in this misery and I wonder why she ran away, and I wonder if she will stay. My little runaway, run, 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 run away. Run, 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 run away. Run, 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 run away. So there you go.
Love
Now,
that song.
I realize now as I'm starting out, I really liked that song last night because I was mainly just doing the chords and hearing everybody else sing. I can't sing that song worth a flip. But I still like the song.
I think it's a great song. It was fun to play along with.
Oh,
Let's see.
get it back?
Yes. Gary, you have anything?
Do me do my song again?
I'm sorry. Not Gary.
Yeah.
Fred. Is, okay.
They keep getting us mixed up.
Hey, Fred, I'm going to mute myself. Not do what I did to Gary.
How about Brenda then?
Yeah, I sent you one.
Yeah.
That one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think this will be fun.
Okay. I'm feeling decrepit these days, so I'm playing this one tonight. No ducks and no ducks and needles for meetings. Marbles and marbles into feeding. Bundles of magazines tied up the string. These are a few of my favorite things. Cadillacs and cataracts and hearing aids and glasses. Powdered and fixed tints and false teeth and glasses. Pacemakers, golf carts and porches with swings. These are a few of my favorite things. When the pipes leak, when the bones creak, when the knees go bad, I simply remember my favorite things. And then I don't feel so bad. Hot bean crumpets and corn milk and bunions. No spicy hot fruits or fruit mixed with onions. Bathrooms and bean pads and hot meals they bring. These are a few of my favorite things. Backbeat, confused brains and no need for steaming. Thin bones and fractures and hair that is thinning. And we won't mention our sunken frames when we remember our favorite things. When the joints ache, when the hips break, when the eyes go dim, I simply remember the great love I've had, and then I don't feel so bad. All right, we got through it. Sorry about the phone call in the middle there. I don't know who needs to call me now, but they did.
That was good. I'm glad it had a happy ending too. It wasn't all
Yeah. All gloom and doom.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, Mary Jane, you get to sing the song that you were hoping to sing.
Yay.
Give me a second. I'm glad you picked this. I think I may put it on my list to play for this group too, but not. I'm not ready. Maybe in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll get it before the end of October. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Well, Bob finally picked a song that I wanted to learn. And I didn't actually go to his thing, but I read his email. And so I listened to him play it, and then I listened to Stevie Nicks play it, and I thought, well, hey, this is a Halloweeny song that is not that hard to play, and I know the tune. See, I never knew what the words were. Like when with all those instruments of Fleetwood Mac and Stevie singing away, I couldn't understand a single word. I just thought it sounded real nice, but I didn't know what it was about.
I definitely had some gaps in my knowledge of these lyrics too.
But yeah, I know where I can learn another song about Rhiannon, the Welsh. She was I wouldn't have called her a witch, but she was definitely a magical person,
Mm-hmm.
the princess of a magical land of Welsh folklore. And they were immortal there, kind of like the elves in the Lord of the Rings. So anyway, she's certainly something to sing about. So I'll try to, and I figured y'all might have gone to Bob's and maybe y'all would really be well versed on this song as far as playing along with it.
Yeah, I was there that night. I have played through it a few times by now. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were talking about it last night.
Were you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, somebody else was trying to sing the song and was just totally confused by it. And with somebody who'd never heard it.
oh,
I can't believe there's anybody who's never heard it.
that's kind of remarkable that you found
Well,
that
it
person.
certainly helps to listen to a video. I mean, I'm all for videos when it comes to learning a song. Anyway,
Well, I got to admit that I have heard it many times, but I never knew what it was called.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't know. Not only I didn't know what it was called either. It was just a bunch of good sounding gibberish to me.
that's fun.
Anyway, I've done it exactly the way Bob does it, except I put in different breaks that would be kazoo friendly. If I can get them on over these. My hairstyle here is sort of unfriendly for the kazoo.
Now that's an arrangement we'll have to make sure that the Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks folks know about. A rearrangement to fit the kazoo.
Yeah, it's just breaks, that I thought I could use the kazoo on. So I didn't try to do any of Bob's breaks. I actually did try to learn one of the parts and I could play it, but it didn't really sound very good by itself. And so I just didn't really want to play it. He
Hey,
said,
do a
everybody-
video of yourself doing the kazoo, and I'll stick it at the end of the video. That'll be cool.
well,
be
there
cool.
will be a video of this.
Yeah, we can snip out this performance for the end of that video.
If
If
it
you-
comes out good enough. Do you see her? Most of the time, I see your screen when it's been recorded,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have any control over.
I always see a little string of people over to the side, and
That's what I
I'm
see.
usually one of them, but
Yeah.
not everybody. Some people get left out of the little string.
I pinned you, so maybe that'll make you put it at the top of that string. I forgot about that.
Maybe what we could do, we could experiment with it, but you can, not share your screen. Plan it for like next week. Let her have the music available, and then just leave her full screen.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Rhiannon Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? Will you ever win? Rhiannon, she rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't you love to love her? She rules her life like a bird in flight, and who will be her lover? All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? Will you ever win? Taken by the sky. Taken by the sky. Taken by the sky.
Real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Thank
Love
you.
it.
Really good.
It feels good singing it
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
nice.
when
nice
you really
chord
like a
back
song.
and forth.
Let's see. Did
Your
everybody
turn.
go? I didn't go yet.
Yep, you're the one.
All right. Here's my Halloween song of the week. Raven hair and ruby lips, sparks fly from her fingertips, echo voices in the night. She's a restless spirit on an endless flight. Ooh, witchy woman, see how high she flies. Got the moon in her eyes. She held me spellbound in the night, dancing in the shadows and the firelight. Crazy laughter in another room, and she drove herself to madness with a silver spoon. Ooh, witchy woman, see how high she flies. Ooh, got the moon in her eyes. Well, I know you want to love her, but let me tell you, brother, she's been sleeping in the devil's bed. And there's some rumors going round, someone's underground. She can rock you in the night until your skin turns red. Ooh, witchy woman, see how high she flies. Witchy woman, she got the moon in her eyes.
Nice.
Real
Thanks.
nice. Do you have the music stat?
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna put that in the wrap up?
Yeah, I'll have a link in the email that I send out later on.
You know, when you do your songs, you never put the music up so we can't play with you. You know?
Yeah, it's sort of a sketch of the song anyway, so it'd be hard to play along with, but we can do it again. You want to do it again?
Up to you.
It seemed to have time.
Wow, look at all the notes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's too hard for me.
So I'll show you. Show you what I do in the intro, and basically through the whole song is there's this hammer-on thing. So, and then you got to do that sort of all down strums, emphasize one. So it's kind of like the tom-toms that are in the song. And so it's not just a G minor, but I do G minor 7 and then hammer on to the G. So that means it's 0, 2, 1, 1. And then I hammer on with my ring finger to the 3rd fret of the E string. And then I do the same thing on the F to D minor. I play the F and then I hammer on to the D minor.
So you start at 0, 2, 1, 1,
Yeah.
and then you do what? You put the
And then hammer down with your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. So onto that G. So on the E string you get this sound and then you get this sound.
and that's going to take some practice.
Yeah, so that and the strum, and then the C and is like a slide. You play the C on the 5-4-3-3,
Yeah.
and then slide down to the B flat. And if you skip down to like these little instrumental interlude things, like right here where there's F and then D, I play the F as a bar of the 5, and then my pinky on the 6, 7, 8. And then I play the D that's in that same position. So sliding that chord shape around, that's probably the hardest part of the song, because you don't get any sustain because you got to immediately move to the next position. You don't even have any of the notes preserved in between. What else is in here? Let's see. And then I just made up something that for the guitar solo. I don't even play the same chords that are listed here on Interlude 1.
Uh-huh.
I play, what do I play? It's like, and then a D. And then do it again. And I do it backwards. I should, the second time it should go B flat and then C. But anyway, that's pretty subtle. Nobody would really notice that.
Man,
And I guess that's it.
good job on that much complexity.
All right, so we've been all the way around. Do you want to take a quick beer break and then come back and do some more?
Well, I'm struggling with allergies, so I'm not drinking tonight. This is just pure water, but go get a drink.
All right, I'll be right back.
I will too.
I've got to go, folks. Thanks so much. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Fred.
Yeah, really.
Take care.
Good night.
See, Paulette and Gary are on vacation, aren't they?
Oh, is that where they are?
Didn't they say that?
I thought you said that last week, or Paul did.
Yeah. We'll have to ask Paul when he gets back, but I think that's right.
Hey, I'm going to take off also. See you guys next week, I reckon. Any idea when we're going to meet again, when COVID is over, or what?
Well, I was
sure we
hoping
will.
could talk about that.
Yeah.
We want to.
We've got to
Try
make the
something.
decision of
We
when
wanna try-
COVID is over.
Well, we've moved to
Yeah.
stage 3. I think it'd be okay to move outside. Does anybody want to venture another run to Oscar Blues?
Be good for me,
I
unless we think we're going to have any trouble.
I don't know.
You mean like motorcycle gang trouble, or?
Well, who knows?
Them letting us in, I think, is what he talks about. But I'm talking about meeting outside. I think we got a pretty good shot of it being okay, unless it's raining. Paul, you just stepped in. We were talking about maybe going to Oscar Blues again,
Oh, that'd be fun.
going outside. I think with it dropped down to level 3 or stage 3, I think even next week would be good to go to Oscar Blues. Now wait. Before I vote, I've got something I've got to do next Tuesday. I can't be here. So, how about the week after we go to Oscar Blues? I'll be
That's-
selfish about it.
That sounds good. Also because so many people are not here, and if they don't watch the meeting, they wouldn't
Yeah.
even know. So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to give most people a heads up.
So do we want to decide 2 weeks from tonight at Oscar Blues, and
That's
next
November
week we'll simply
2nd.
announce it?
November. Yeah.
November 2nd, it says here election day.
Oh,
It
So
sounds like it Dia de los Muertos too.
So
Maybe
we could do some heavy
continue our
drinking.
Halloween songs.
there you go.
Songs about death.
Oh, I thought of another thing that I was doing. Just comment on this because in the Eagles recording, they've got at least 2 guitars playing, and they bend in some sour, dissonant sounds. And I try to imitate that by bending the B flat. And since some of my stronger fingers are further from the frets. I don't bend them all the same amount, and it really sounds sour. I like it.
Yeah. Well, it really sounded good when you played it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now, I've always heard that they're real sticklers about copyright infringement, and it's been implied that they even reach down to people playing their stuff. Is there any chance we might get cut out because of this?
Yes, I think there's a decent chance of that. I strummed through the chords for an Eagles song, probably the most famous Eagles song, but I somehow can't think of the name of it.
Probably Hotel California.
Hotel California. Yeah, I strummed through the chords to Hotel California in a video.
He immediately called, and the lawyer was on the phone.
And as soon as I posted it, YouTube scanned it and said, "Nope, you can't post this," even though I didn't sing any lyrics.
They've got a patent on the chord progression, huh?
Yeah, well, that's not really legal, but yeah, that's the way YouTube treats it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess it's possible that my rhythms were similar enough to count as a melody that would actually be a copyright infringement. But
yeah,
in my mind, I was just strumming through the chord progression, and that should not be copyrighted. But it got blocked anyway, and what's one little person going to do to fight YouTube over something like that? So it just doesn't get posted.
Well, take it as a compliment. You were just like a threat to the group.
I took it as a compliment that I played it well enough they recognized it.
Yeah, that's
always a plus.
something.
Yeah, don't have to worry about mine.
So we'll see. I don't know when it's one thing. I don't know if it matters if it's like one little thing in this long meeting that's going to get posted. That might work in its favor. I really don't know.
yeah.
So anyway, yes, that might not get posted, but we'll give it a
Isn't
try.
the hole in the world, isn't that an Eagles song?
Hole in the world.
There's a hole in the world tonight. And I got hold of the words of it. I thought it came out after 2001, the tragedy, and I wanted to learn how to sing it, and I could never find a video on YouTube. And I was pretty sure it was an Eagles song, and so it fell into that category of being blocked and not being able to download free videos to listen to. And there I had the words. I think I might have even had the chords too, but I couldn't learn it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an Eagles song. I don't think I know that song.
Yeah, I have it. Well, in some songbook. I don't have it in anything I could find easily, so I might look it up and say something about it next week. But
Okay.
It just now dawned on me that was it Vanny that was playing that Elvis Costello last week that caused it to be cut, but she got that from a YouTube video. Wonder how that happened.
Well, the thing is, when somebody posts it on their own channel, there's this question of who's going to get paid for it. I think in that case it would have made a lot of sense if I don't know, if multiple people have posted it. Maybe it's unclear whose video we were playing.
Yeah.
I mean, our little channel doesn't get money. You have to cross some threshold to get like a half a penny for 1 million views, kind of a
You've got to
payment.
be no money. I think we're well in the safe zone.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter about that. That doesn't have any impact on whether the copyright, as far as I know, it has no impact on whether they enforce a
Yeah,
copyright.
but what I was talking about is the original one that Danny picked up.
Yeah, that was from YouTube.
Why wasn't that banned?
I think it's whoever channel on that may be the copyright owner. I don't know.
Maybe so. Maybe it's a valid, because I see sometimes official music video
Right.
on the text about a song. I've wondered how so much stuff is out there that it's got to be copyrighted.
Yeah. Yeah, they play a lot of copyrighted material. It's not like they're not allowed to, but I guess they somehow know whether you have permission to do it.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
probably not hard because so few people do. I think we're lucky that so many copyright owners don't block, but that if you do bring in any money from advertisements, it just goes to them.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair system,
sure.
especially for us, the way we're playing music.
Yeah, Elvis Costello could have had every micro penny that we picked up.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
just
he's
let him
welcome
have it.
to it. He's welcome to it. If we get 30 views at half a penny per 100,000 views or whatever the payment is, he's welcome to all of them.
Just have the whole thing.
I'd even write him a check for the other 4 cents and make it a nickel.
Why not?
That would be fun.
Walter, you want to do your other song?
Sure. Let me get all my stuff together.
So whenever you sent this, it took me a pretty good while to figure out that this was not the song that Steve Martin sang in The Jerk. But
Oh no, yeah, it's not that song.
some
This
other
is
song.
the 1950s song.
Yeah.
This came out as a hit in the 1950s. The first song, the Steve Martin song, was from I think the 1920s actually, with the same title but a different tune. And
I think Steve Martin's song has the word "tonight" in it, right? This one is just "You Belong to Me,"
Yeah.
and that one's "Tonight You Belong to Me," something like that.
You Belong to Me Tonight.
Oh,
This song,
okay.
I did this song as for the, break at Austin Ukulele Society one time. I did a little research on it, and I'm pretty sure this was a song that was put on, or in the early 50s, it was quite common for several artists to release a song the same year. And this song was one of the longest running #1 hits in the whole year because it had like 3 artists doing it.
Oh, 3 different recordings of it all went
Yeah.
to number
It's
1.
really interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, they just didn't have as much to listen to in those days. So, are we ready? Here we go. See the pyramids along the Nile. Watch the sunrise from a tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while, you belong to me, me. See the marketplace in old Algiers. Send me photographs and souvenirs. Just remember, when a dream appears, you belong to me. I'll be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too. I'll be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too. the ocean in a silver plane. See the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember till you're home again, you belong to me. Just remember till you're home again, you belong to me.
Real good. Hey, Paul, can you put those back up again? One time I got a question.
That was a beautiful.
Yes, it was. That was great.
Walter, in that section where just above the two lines above before the ending, where I'll be so alone without you, and yeah, that. And at the end, it goes D7th, D sharp 7th. You go back to D7th, don't you?
Actually, technically, I do for like half a second.
Okay, because it seems like it wants to go there to me.
I figure you can do that and then just go right on to the G. But,
Yeah.
you know, if you really want to be technical about it, you can go, maybe you'll be lonesome too. Yeah, you do go back to the D7.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just curious. Thanks.
Yeah, I thought that sounded great. I like those little slides. You do that a lot. I think it sounds good.
I don't know. I've gone to a number of workshops where they talk about how you can make one chord shape and then slide it all up and down. And so I often try to do that when I'm just working a song out.
That seems to be quite a common thing in ukulele playing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a skill that I sort of know about, but I don't apply it. I need to keep it in mind when I'm learning a new song and sort of experiment it for myself, because I think it sounds good.
Too.
Yeah, I was working on the other day. I was working on an old jug band song called "Sadie Green, the Vamp of New Orleans." You probably heard it, but it starts like this. Sadie Green was the vamp of New Orleans. She had more boats than the Navy had Marines. Yeah. Something like that. But it's that E flat or D sharp, whatever it is, goes up and then down. But I always enjoy that.
I thought I had heard you play that before, but I don't have the music on hand, so I guess you didn't play it for a Zoom meeting.
I can play it and bring it in. Actually, I found a bunch of additional lyrics to it, so I thought I might add it. So
Yeah, I'd like to
maybe I
hear
could
it.
do it next week.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to remember which song you told. Oh, I think I know. Mary Jane, you want to do your second song?
Yeah, it was Anne Boleyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've done this song for y'all before last Halloween.
Well, that was a year
I
ago.
don't remember it, but it sounds promising.
Yeah, nobody remembers anything. It's like a new song.
It's like a new song. It's okay. We'll love whatever you bring.
Well, if you haven't heard it, I hope you like it. I picked it because I thought it'd be good for the happy hour because it's sort of funny at the expense of the ghost of Anne Boleyn, of course. In the Tower of London, large as life, the ghost of Anne Boleyn walks, they declare. For Anne Boleyn was once King Henry's wife, until he made the axeman bob her hair. Oh yes, he did her wrong long years ago, and she come back at night to tell him so. With her head cut underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head cut underneath having spilled her gore. And just in case the axe man wants to give her an encore, she has her head tucked underneath her arm. Along the drafty corridors for miles and miles she goes. She often catches cold, poor thing, it's cold there when it blows. And it's awfully awkward for the queen to have to blow her nose with her head tucked underneath her arm. Sometimes old King Henry grows a spread for all his gals and pals, the ghostly crew. The axeman carves the joint and cuts the bread. Then in comes Anne Boleyn to spoil the do. She holds her head up with a wild war whoop. And Henry cries, "Don't drop it in the soup!" With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower with her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. The sentries think it's a football that she carries in, and when they've had a few, they shout, "Is Army going to win?" They think it is Red Grange instead of poor old Anne Boleyn with her head tucked underneath her arm. The night she caught King Henry was in the castle bar. Said he, "Are you James Seymour, Anne Boleyn, or Catherine Parr?" Now how the hell am I supposed to know just who you are? With your head tucked underneath your arm. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. She's got her head tucked underneath her arm.
That's a great one for Halloween.
Very good. Absolutely.
An old favorite.
Any other time, so
That was a really good Halloween song. Thank you.
at least it's about real ghosts
Mhm.
and murder, or well, it's practically a murder for poor old Anne Boleyn. And a lot of PBS TV shows about her, but she wasn't really guilty.
What was she accused of?
Well, she was accused of all kinds of like adultery with her own brother and adultery with one of the courtiers of King Henry, and it, there
Intriguing.
wasn't any real evidence that any of that really happened, other than just maybe a bit of flirtation, which was supposedly allowable. The Queen was supposed to flirt with people, but she wasn't supposed to, do anything else. But
Right.
she was accused of it, and they wanted to. She had enemies. They wanted to get rid of her.
Oh, it wasn't just the
Well,
king
and
who
he
wanted
wanted
her dead?
an heir, and he didn't get one from her.
Well, he wasn't quite as defensive as you'd think a good husband would be, but I think he did regret it. But he'd started treating her badly too at that time. She was spending all her time in the bedroom trying to get pregnant and trying to hang on to the baby. And she did have a daughter.
Did she?
For her, Elizabeth the First was the greatest queen that ever lived in Britain.
Yeah.
She lasted a long time, and she was Anne Boleyn's daughter.
So-
Okay. So she did have a baby. Okay.
Well,
did-
yeah, she had a
have male.
baby, but he wanted a son. He
wanted
just
a man.
thought daughter's no good. He already had a daughter. He had Mary from Catherine of Aragon, his first wife.
Well, why didn't that daughter become the queen?
Well, she did.
Oh.
She took the throne before Elizabeth, and then she died. And
I
then
see.
Jane Seymour had a boy that survived long enough to become king. He took the throne first because he was a boy, but he was only like 15 years old, and he died,
It only lasted
really
about a
young.
year.
And then Mary, the daughter of Catherine, took the throne as the oldest of the two women, and she died. And then Elizabeth was on, and Elizabeth lived a long and healthy life.
Well, there was one between Mary and Elizabeth that lasted like 7 days.
Yeah.
And she was kind of some of the powers that be were trying to make her the queen instead of Elizabeth.
Well, yeah, there was the problem of religion. Anne was a Protestant, and
That
it
one that
talked
lasted 7
Henry
days.
into starting the Church of England, and Catherine and Mary were Catholics. Yeah, so there was a lot of, all kinds of factions going
That
on.
one that lasted 7 days got her head taken off for treason.
In 7 days, wow.
Oh, they didn't take long. Well, so
I don't know
didn't
when they
know-
killed her, but Elizabeth took over after
Yeah.
7 days.
Yeah, well, there was another Mary called Mary, Queen of Scots, and
Uh-huh.
that was different than Elizabeth's sister Mary, and that's kind of confusing because they had the same name, and she was like a
She was a cousin. Yep.
and Elizabeth did have her put to death.
And Mary, the Queen of Scots, was the mother of King James of the Bible fame.
Oh,
Ah, yeah, James, and so a bunch of Scots wound up ruling the throne of England because
Yep.
Elizabeth didn't have any children.
He was
She
King
even
James.
she even called herself the Virgin Queen, although I don't think she was a virgin. She presented herself in that light.
Well, there's a fairly filthy doggerel about Elizabeth that I can't really mention on a recorded line, but there was speculation about her and Drake. Let's just put it that way.
Sir Francis Drake. Well, yeah, I have no doubt that she had lovers, but she didn't, she kept it under the table,
Down low.
They're going to go around shouting about it. She was the Virgin Queen.
And this historical interlude is brought to you by Blatt's Beer.
and more whiskey.
Probably Scotch whiskey.
I didn't know any of those names. Jane Seymour to me is an actor.
Oh yeah, she was his most beloved wife, and she gave him a son, but she died in recovering from childbirth, and so he was just greatly distraught about that, but he was certainly happy to have the son.
Well, y'all know way more than I expected about this ancient English history.
Well, yeah,
There's
when
a
I
lot of
first
people
learned
who
this
are
song, I
watching-
didn't really know hardly anything at all. But since then, there have been all these PBS shows, and I watch them. I'm just addicted to stuff like that.
Well, there's a great PBS show with this historian with the first name of Lucy. I can't remember the last name.
Worsley or something like that.
I highly recommend it if you can find it on PBS because it's great.
Yeah, and she was a regular too. She has a regular show. So if you missed one, there'll be another one coming along to watch.
Right. But she went to the 6 Wives of Henry VIII and the chapter and verse of how they all died. And
I was glued to that one. I was there.
It was great. It was great.
Not much else to do during the pandemic.
I'm telling you. As far as going, I'd love to go to Oscar Schmidt on the 2nd, but I'm going to have a cataract surgery and I won't be able to drive at that point, or see probably.
You just need to have somebody carry you over there. That's a great state to be in to get drunk.
Well, yeah, I understand, but if I can't see enough to play my music, it wouldn't be very much of a point. It'll be like 3 days afterwards, and I won't be. I'll be functionally blind for about a week. Okay.
I was just
Goodness,
teasing.
yeah, that sounds pretty serious. I think that's a good excuse you've got
Yeah.
there.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm always having lots of fun about the one eye is corrected and the other one isn't, and I'm still wearing the same glasses, so I'm having to put some reading glasses on or some readers from the drugstore on, and I can actually drive, but I don't foresee being able to drive at all for at least a week or two after the second one.
Or C.
Or C. Yeah, I've got a whole plan of watching TV for a week because I won't be able to do much else.
Listening to TV.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
is there some kind of plan of action for this thing? Like the last time we went to Oscar, we were practicing for a program, and this time we won't be. So I just wondered, should we bring songs and be prepared to pass them out to try to
Sounds like
guess
a
how
good
many
plan.
people they're going to be there? If we want to play together, if that's the whole idea, we're playing together.
That
Or
would be nice.
otherwise, it would just be another open mic, like what we
Uh-huh.
do.
We've got several books that Kevin had masterminded that we used. In fact, I found one of them the other day, and it had some good songs in it. I'd kind of forgotten about them.
So, yeah, I think that's the easiest thing to do, and that's what I would suggest, or possibly an open mic format. But
Let me suggest something here. Can you let me have the screen? Share my screen.
Depends on what you're going to put on the screen. Yeah, go ahead.
It won't be terrible.
Censored.
This is, and I don't think Bob would
y'all are
mind
funny.
us doing it. But this is Ukulele Society group.
Oh, yeah.
What if we just sent that to everybody? I need to ask Bob if it's all right.
One thing we should do is do Ripple,
I'm
because
anticipating
that's very popular.
I'm anticipating that he would allow us to do this and just send this to everybody and have everybody print it or get it
It
on their
looks-
iPad
it
or
looks
however they
as-
want to do it.
Looks as good as any list I've
And then-
ever seen. I
then that
like
way-
a bunch of them.
Then that way we could, just play them as we like, and we don't have to play all of them, but there's a good number there that we could choose from.
I think that's a great suggestion.
Okay, I'll pop a note off to Bob to
Okay.
confirm he's okay with us doing that.
Yeah.
The AUS version of All Shook Up is a lot of fun.
Oh, it's not in this book though. It doesn't seem.
Will
there it
these
is.
all
Right here,
be in,
number
in
11.
Yeah, I see
Bob format with millions of pages? to
Let
them?
me show it to you. Oh, there's even more. Look, I didn't realize that.
it. Yeah, there's 2 pages of
Bob.
contents.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
oh,
great.
good.
That's great.
So yes, it's going to be in Bob format like that.
Yeah, well, it's not so bad.
And then
But you
Yeah,
will need to be able to turn the page. For the
Yeah.
sake of playing together, it's really cool if everything fits on a single sheet. But
I don't
in
know
this
how to make
case-
that happen and steal
Yeah.
this pretty quickly.
yeah, right. No.
Well, Bob made quite a number of single or actually double sheet songs where you could put the 2 sheets down on your music stand and then you didn't have to do anything.
Right.
But the problem was you had to loop around and do the the chorus and the verse and go to point 2, and then you had to go to point 2 and sing that part, and it got complicated.
Yeah.
Well, these look playable, and it's not that bad. Maybe some of them might have three or 4 pages, but
Yeah.
we-
You know,
we
it's-
could
Don't do
manage.
Edge of Glory.
Okay.
Yeah, we could always skip anything you recommend that we skip for sure.
Well, Edge of Glory perfectly you should skip.
Oh, we should skip. Okay.
There are a number of people in the group who really likes that song. I can't stand it.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what we might
A
consider,
Lady
The
Gaga
truth
song.
comes out.
what we
Yeah.
might consider doing is seeing if it'll be dark at that hour,
Uh-huh.
in November, and maybe they would let us have a plug or something. We could get a sheet up on a wall or something and use that projector of Kevin's and put these up on the wall where we could see it.
Oh, you're planning an inside meet. I thought it was an
No,
outside.
I'm saying outside.
Okay.
I'm thinking like the outside
Even
wall.
when it gets cold.
I don't think it'll be cold in November too.
November 2nd is the only date I'm concerned with at this.
Yeah, well, maybe we should start it early, because of the light, if we want to do it outside. Didn't we used to go to Oscar at 6,
Yeah.
for instance?
Because they were closing early, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the main. We weren't going there because of the
I
light.
don't think so.
But if we planted to project this on the screen of some kind, we wouldn't want it to be light.
Right.
Hmm.
But we ought to double check what their closing time is.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Thank you.
Definitely some things to think about.
Hey, Kent, you're late.
I am.
Play a
Can't.
song?
Unbelievable. He never comes to happy hour.
I just see how things are doing.
Well, you're going to have to play 3 songs now, Kent.
There you go.
We've got the words up for you to get started on.
There you go. So we have a lot of music that we played during the Zoom meetings, and a fair number of them I think would be good group songs. Wonder if anybody here would be willing to volunteer to go through the list and identify what they think are the best candidates for us to play together. We can start working on
Walter.
Walter.
What?
I vote Walter.
I mean, I can do that, but I have no idea what kind of songs everybody else is looking for.
I'd be willing to put you in command, make the decision and everything.
Well, as long as you'll send me your recommendations.
I have a list of everything we've played, and the only thing I would recommend is pick the ones that are easy enough for us to play as a group, regardless of style or genre or whatever.
What?
So is this a completely different idea than the idea of that booklet?
Oh, yeah, this is separate. I think the booklet for next week or
so we are going to do the booklet for next week, but for some other, we're going to go through
not
our
next
own
week.
stuff.
Not next week. November 2nd.
Second, yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking it'd be nice for us to have a book of our best group songs from the last 2 years. A year and a half.
That would be wonderful.
We haven't had any group songs.
But some of them could have been group songs.
We can call it Tug, the COVID edition.
Yeah, well, there's always Kevin's memorial to look back on. We were playing as a group at that point.
I think a lot of the songs you've played, Mary Jane, would be good group songs because they frequently are not too many chords and they're easy to learn melodies. So a lot of those, I think, would
I'd
be really
vote
great
for
group.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
send me your recommendations.
And if I could put in my 2 cents, it'd be great to have songs that had less than 12 chords.
We can do that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. 6 would be wonderful.
72 chords.
I mean, I understand that some people don't want to play 3-chord songs, and I can get behind that, but 12 chords is just too much. 6 is pretty good for me. It stretches me a little bit without totally making me want to throw my ukulele across the room.
Oh, don't do that.
If they're not all like flat.
Kent has shown us the neck of his ukulele. Maybe he's read
Are you ready?
Oh, I
Mr.
didn't
Kent?
do anything for tonight.
No? Oh, come on.
Well, I sent you a second song, Paul.
Okay, give me a second.
All right.
Oh, this is a good song too.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
You
Just
say
one
that with surprise in your voice, like most of what she says isn't.
Well, yeah.
yeah, that did sound like I
Yeah.
was surprised, didn't it?
Don't take that as a negative, Brenda.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like I say, I play them as best I can, and just whatever.
Good choice. That's all I'm saying. This is a good choice. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
All right. So I'm not playing it on the banjo this time because the banjo is just. I mean, I love the banjo, and I love the fact that somebody gave me a banjolele, but it's just really hard to play. So I've got the cigar box here and hoping to do a little better with it. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger traveling through this world of woe. There's no sickness or of danger in this bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my father. He said he'd meet me when I go. I'll just be gone. No Jordan. Just be gone. Been around. I don't ask, don't care around me. I know my way. Be rough and steep. The beauty's fears that lie before. When God redeemed their bridges keep. I'm going there to see my brother. She said he'd meet me when I come. I just be gone, no Jordan. I just be gone, when I'm gone. I just be gone, no Jordan. I just be gone, when I'm gone. I just be gone, no Jordan. I just be gone, when I'm gone.
Good job.
All right, thank you very much.
Hey, Walter, put that one on the list. I think that's a great one for a group.
That is a good song.
I
Probably
guess
my
we'll do a
favorite
thing where we
gospel
vote on them.
song.
What?
We're going to do a thing where we vote on them or something like that.
I don't know.
Didn't
I
we
thought
do
we-
that before?
I thought we assigned you the songs are, and you could just make the choices.
But if you let me do it, I'm going to choose a bunch of things that maybe not everybody wants to hear.
As long as there's enough of them, we can skip some they don't like.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I always like your stuff, Walter.
Yeah,
As
me
long
too.
as it doesn't have too many chords.
I honestly think that the main criteria is that it's simple enough for people to play on site. They don't have to practice it. They can just show up and play it.
Like
I
that
think
last one, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
That was a good
Paul, I just sent you one. I'll do cold. Let's
Okay.
try it.
Hold on.
I've never heard that song.
Oh,
I think he means without having practiced it.
Without having practiced it.
oh, yeah. I thought maybe it was in honor of the nice weather we've been having lately.
Yeah, or a Coldplay song.
All right. Hold on. I'm almost there. All right. Oh, wait. That's
Oh,
not what I
yeah.
want to do. Hold on.
That's a fun song.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
looks
a little
like
Joe Cocker.
Ticket for an aeroplane.
Yeah, I do like
Ain't
that.
got time to take a fast train.
Or slow drink either.
Screen sharing stop. The window's closed. Share the screen. I have a meeting in 3 minutes, so I've got to wrap it up after this.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Long days in the car. I'm going home. Baby, makes you feel better. I don't care how much money I've got to spend. Get me my baby again.
Good job.
Nicely.
Now, do you want to do that song? See, I love this song.
I think that's a great song.
I think it's a great song too.
It's a fun song.
Hey guys, Paul's got to run, so I advocate we call it a night.
Okay.
Pardon me. Good seeing
It's 8:30. At least we managed to make it that long.
I
Work
think
for
this was a great
everybody?
meeting.
Yep.
So we'll see you on another Zoom next Tuesday
See you next
night.
week.
All right.
All
See
right.
you Tuesday.
Later.
Aloha.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, guys.
Bye.
Good.
Bye bye.